Assalamu alaikum to all. My name is Saima Akhtar and I am from Journal of Pakistan Psychiatric Society. Today I am presenting my research topic. The title is Biochemical Markers Before and After Treatment of Depressive Disorder Among Adults. The background of the topic is depression is often described as a feeling of unhappiness which may be a normal variation of mood due to environmental issues, but it is considered as a disorder or illness when sadness persists for at least 2 weeks with loss of interest, enjoyment, and reduced energy, leading to increased fatigability and diminished energy. These stressful life events may precipitate depression in sense of childhood negligence, physical and sexual abuse, or an increase of depression, later life, unsupportive or violent relationship, or teenage pregnancy. Negative perceptions, loss such as the death of close family member or your loved one may trigger major depression in susceptible individuals. The systemic presentation of the depression, the disruptions in the interaction or imbalances between these systems could cause various neurobehavioral disorders such as depression. On the other hand, the biological clock or the so-called clock genes regulate many behavior and physiological functions such as sleep and feeding behavior. These functions are greatly altered in depression, or the severity of the depression depend on the daily life routine. On the other hand, the risk factors, they are a genetic factor and the as well as the biochemical causes in the serotonin pathway or neurotransmissions, in which the two receptors they are involved, 5-HT1 or 5-HT2A receptors, and there are interplay relationship between the biological or psychosocial relationship with the presence of stressful life events. They could increase the cortisol concentration, which precipitate depression. The biochemical, I am talking about the biochemical markers in my research topic, in which the most common is tryptophan metabolism in peripheral system. Tryptophan is the precursor of numerous metabolites which play a significant role in human nutrition and metabolism. On the other hand, tryptophan is essential for the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin. The 99% of tryptophan is degraded to the kynurenine pathway by the hepatic tryptophan 2,3 dioxygenase enzyme, and tryptophan also present in the free and bound form as well with the protein. Tryptophan metabolism in the brain, the serotonin in the brain is synthesized from essential amino acid L-tryptophan. Entering the serotonergic neuron undergoes two processes. One is hydroxylation and second is decarboxylation. In the hydroxylation, there is a forming of hydroxytryptophan. On the other hand, the decarboxylation, in which the serotonin would be formed. The availability of the tryptophan to the brain, there are common large neutral amino acids. Tryptophan can compete these neutral amino acids. The tryptophan degradation, the uptaken tryptophan is degraded by monoamine oxidase into a significant biochemical marker for depression, 5-hydroxyacetic acid, indole amine acetic acid. Tryptophan is related to numerous behavior including body weight, feeding regulation, aggression, obsessive compulsive disorder, or affective disorder. The hypothalamic pituitary cortisol system is involved in depression. Any adverse stimuli or stress create the activation of the hypothalamus, in which the hypersecretion of corticotropin releasing hormone from the activated of hypothalamus, which increase the hypersecretion of ACTH, adrenocorticotropin releasing factor, from the pituitary. What it does, it increases the concentration of cortisol from the adrenal gland, and cortisolemia occur, which create depression. The aim of my study is, this study was designed to investigate the efficacy of 4 weeks fluoxetine, cloimipramine and venlafaxine medication on the serum concentration of total free and cortisol concentration in depressive illnesses, as well as the concentration of albumin non-esterified fatty acids in serum of depressive patients. On the other hand, the mechanism of action of fluoxetine, cloimipramine, venlafaxine in relation to tryptophan metabolism will be studied on the above parameters after 4 weeks medication in depressed patients. The methodology, there were 30 subjects. They divided into two groups, treated or depressed group, and second is untreated, and second is treated group. And the age were 20 to 60 years old. The history was taken from the patient and who met ICD-10 criteria, and they who not having any other disease beside depression. After that, the sample collection and biochemical markers, the random sample was collected in morning, and the venification blood was had drawn up from the patient to 5 cc, and then coagulated for 45 minutes, and the coagulated blood then centrifuged for 10 minutes. The serum was obtained, and the serum was then ultrafiltrated from the semi-permeable membrane, and they were stored at minus 70 degrees centigrade until analysis. The biochemical markers for the biochemical analysis, they are total and free tryptophan concentration, cortisol concentration, albumin and NEFA concentration by standard laboratory methods. The results: the effect of paroxetine treatment after 4 weeks, there were significant increases in total and free tryptophan, like 72%, and in free tryptophan 46%. On the other hand, albumin and NEFA also increases. Effect of cloimipramine treatment after 4 weeks, there are also increases in tryptophan and free tryptophan concentration, 59%, 58% and 23% respectively. Albumin and NEFA also increases. Effect of venlafaxine treatment after 4 weeks, there were also increases. Tryptophan, total tryptophan 37%, free tryptophan 33%, albumin and NEFA also increases after venlafaxine treatment. The effect of 4 weeks treatment with paroxetine cloimipramine treatment in depressed patients, there were dramatic decreases in cortisol concentration in paroxetine treated patients. There were 46% decreases, as well as the cloimipramine 27% increases, and the venlafaxine 93% increases in cortisol concentration. The discussion of my topic is most interestingly and perhaps even surprising. The paroxetine and venlafaxine were equivalent to inhibit 5-HT reuptake, while cloimipramine was more potent than venlafaxine to inhibit noradrenaline reuptake. Preclinical study has shown that paroxetine increases tryptophan availability in the circulation, hence brain, because paroxetine can inhibit the pyrrolase activity. The researcher reported that venlafaxine may be a useful therapy for OCD patients, but not superior to SSRIs. Enhance increased 5-HT synthesis due to the precursor availability of tryptophan concentration. On the other hand, significant decrement, 46%, was found in cortisol after 4 weeks treatment paroxetine, gradually increment 27% with cloimipramine, then 93% venlafaxine treated patients with cortisol concentration. However, long-term treatment with increases cortisol level also showed in different studies, and over the activity were observed tricyclic antidepressants in animal in stress could be prevented by the daily or short-term administration of imipramine or disimipramine. They were the two tricyclic antidepressants. The conclusion was, although the action of different antidepressant which is associated with their effects on the neurotransmitters, thus paroxetine appears to have a multiple action, including increase the total or free tryptophan concentration and also decreases the concentration in depressed patients. Among all three drugs, especially paroxetine reveals better response and efficacy than venlafaxine and cloimipramine. Among these drugs, paroxetine is better choice, including elevation of free and total tryptophan concentration and decreases in cortisol concentration, revealing better response and efficacy than venlafaxine and cloimipramine. Keeping in view all above findings, it could be suggested that antidepressants act not only the brain but mechanism of action antidepressant is also peripheral. But the peripheral side should not be ignored. Above all, it is suggested to the psychiatrist that before prescription of any drug to the patient, it is important that test of various parameters like tryptophan, free tryptophan or cortisol concentration to the depression should be made to determine the exact situation. These are the references, and I had dedicated my research work from MPhil to my mother and as well as the Dr. Iqbal Afridi. Thank you very much, and thank you Shock Tank to providing me this opportunity to present the paper at this platform. Thank you very much.